Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry again at Mowers and Blowers. This is a Craftsman Eager 1. 4 horsepower, 20 inch wide. It's an easy 3 mulch bag and discharge. I got this for free from my friend George, and he just gave it to me along with another mower. And he told me that if there was gas in it, which there isn't, oil's good. Every time he primes it, it would just start and run, but he'd have to keep on pressing this to get it to run. So what that tells me is the jets are clogged and it needs a carb clean. Easiest way to get this carburetor off is the intake manifold. 2 bolts over here. There are some that do not have this throttle control bracket, so this may cause me problems to take it off just like that. I may have to remove the cowling, but I'm going to try not to. I'm just going to take these bolts off and try to weasel this carburetor off. Take the ball off and clean it. Impact driver is the easiest way to get this off. Sometimes these things are so stubborn they'll strip them. But with the impact, oh crap. Just as I was saying, it might strip. There we go. Got to put pressure on there. There you go. See? You won't strip it that way. Break the seal. There we go. Alright. See? Bracket came along with it. Easy peasy. Now just finagle these linkages off. This top one's a push out. Go. Go for launch. And this one here is a Z-bend. Oh. It would help if you took the fuel line off. This was a pain because the hose clamp was busted, so I'm gonna have to replace that. I've got a bunch of hose clamps. Sometimes you don't even need them, they're so tight. It's dirty, huh? Is that dirty or what? Anyway, see this part here, Z-bend. Z-bend goes right here in that hole, and there's your throttle linkage that goes in there. Okay, take a picture of it if you guys aren't familiar. And this one goes into this top hole right there. You can tell it's clean. So that goes in the top hole. This goes here. You can kind of adjust if you have a bad, if it's not running as well. You can move this to the second one or the third one. So just like the other one, just like most carburetors, 1/2 inch jet nut. Get a 1/2 inch wrench, counterclockwise. Oh boy, that tickles.
Oh boy, that tickles.
Well, this one definitely is not going to start, because look at this. That is corroded, man, big time. And of course the test is, see if you can see through it. Actually, I could see a little bit of light through there. You guys can't, but I could see a smidgen of light in there. Anyway, this one needs to be cleaned out big time. As you can see, there's a lot of residue in there. This is all dust, man. I'm going to take this off. Oh, there we go. Yuck. I hate Tecumseh carbs. Hate. Look at that. That's terrible. I'm surprised this even ran. Look. You can't even move it, hardly. It's so corroded. This is one of those things where you say it's definitely not worth fixing because there's just too much cleaning involved, right? I'm going to go see if I have a spare Tecumseh carburetor somewhere and just replace it because this is yucky. Too much work. I mean, this will take ½ hour to an hour's worth of cleaning. Time is money. I'm just going to try to get a new carburetor from my my bucket of parts. While I am on the subject, I must tell you that I got a shipment today from the United States Postal Service. Look, I ordered the 3 Tecumseh carburetors, and these are brand new. They are Chinese copies, and I bought one for my friend Pete Lombardi, who gives me a lot of stuff. He asked me to buy one for him, and he will pay me back, but he will do no such thing. I will give him one brand new for his snowblower. And I cannot use this because this is for a snowblower, even though it is the same ball and the same components. The top throttle and choke plate is different from the lawnmower. But this was only, take a guess, $8.75, brand new. You just buy one for less than $10. Instead of cleaning all that yuckiness, you know what I'm saying? So you know what, I bought one from Pete Lombardi, but man, it's coming up on snowblower season pretty soon. I guarantee you I'm going to find at least two, I hear you, two. At least 2 snowblowers are going to need carburetors. So I just got a couple of them, you know, $8.75, man. I mean, that's like free. You know me, if it's free, it's for me. Anyway, I'm going to go check that bucket of parts, see if I can find a Tecumseh lawnmower carburetor. So, as you all can see, I've got an abundance of carburetors located in my pot bin. I've got lots of them. As a matter of fact, the majority of them are Tecumseh carburetors. They're the ones that go bad the most often, I gather. Actually, back in the 90s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, as well as 2000 up to 2005, probably 85 to 95% of all lawnmower carburetors, with the exception of Hondas, they were all Tecumseh carburetors. They almost had a monopoly, if you will, of carburetors. But then they went out of business in 2005. I don't know why. They must have been only charging $8.75. But anyway, I got a lot of them. I think Pete Lombardi gave me one recently. I don't know what I did with it, though. Well, yeah, I really don't know what I did with it, seriously. You know? Oh, I know where it is. There we go. It was in a bin of opposed twin engine components that he gave me too. So here it is. I don't know if it works or not, but he gave it to me. He said it works. I trust Pete Lombardi. So anyway, this is the same one. I mean, it may look slightly different because of the year, but they essentially are the same. See, it goes like that. However, crap, I'd have to take the intake manifold off, as well as this throttle bracket, and fit it on here. So it's not like plug and play. I mean, it is, but there's a little bit more to it. So I'm going to slowly take this intake manifold off right there, and put it right there. That's going to have the holes for the bracket that goes on there on top. And then there's the air cleaner base, which is right there. It's just 2 Phillips bolts, and that goes on to here. I'm going to test this though by blowing in. Uh-oh. See that? That's bent. That's okay, that's there. That's just a reservoir for the hole over there. Some of them have it, some of them don't. I happen to have not seen them do that, but looks bent, right? But it isn't. Anyway, so you blow into the fuel thing here, and you're supposed to be able to blow to act like your fuel, right? So if my mouth is a fuel line, my air that goes in here is the fuel. It should be able to go in here because it's vertical. Okay, so I'm going to blow into it. I can blow into it, okay? So now, pretend that my air is now filling up bowl, it is pushing the float bowl up. The needle is now plugging the hole for the fuel in the fuel seat. Pretend it's upside down. I should not be able to blow air into it. And I cannot. So it's moving freely. It should be good. You know what? I'm going to take it apart anyway just to look. Not brand new, but very clean. The bowl, see? Clean. Jet nut is clean compared to that one. Hole's clear there. Bowl's clean. Gasket's good. Float moves and positioned correctly. It's not like that, or completely parallel, but has a small little dip that's calibrated correctly. Could be a little lower on this side like that, but that'll do. I'm going to take this off now and put it on the new one. Okay. Now I'm going to take the intake manifold in this bracket off. So I just took the, that's the intake manifold right there. Of course I busted the gasket, so I had to scrape it off. When you buy as many carburetors as I have, you have plenty of gaskets. Now I'm going to put the top bracket back on. Got a new clamp for my hose. And there you go. It's all on here now with the Pete Lombardi carburetor. I like saying the word Pete Lombardi, it just rolls off your mouth. It's pretty good. That feels pretty good. This rolls back on here, but I'm not going to put it on because sometimes your air filter could be a detriment to the starting process. If it's too clogged, it won't start right. So you just start it without it first, and then you put it back on and see if it still runs right, exactly the same. So then you know your air filter is good. If not, replace it. So that's it. You know, it still took some time, but you got a new carburetor on here. It's supposed to be an exact replacement. It fits on perfectly. But I don't know if it's good yet because Pete Lombardi gave it to me, so I don't know where he got it from. But I'm going to put some fuel in there and let it sit for about a minute or so to allow the fuel to trickle into here slowly and fill up the bowl and make sure it doesn't leak. I'll tell you though, very often these Tecumsehs leak, and usually you just have to buy a new one for like $10 or $8. Because it's usually the needle, the seat, and the gasket, the bowl gasket. Those three elements there always go bad on the Tecumsehs, And so a kit like that is like $8. Well, why pay $8 for a kit when you can get a whole new carburetor for $8? You know what I'm saying? Honestly. So I'm going to put some fuel, and we'll see how it is. But before I put fuel in there, I took the gas cap off and saw like a lot of dust and debris inside the gas tank. So I put it on its side here. I don't worry about this putting it on that side because the carburetor's on that side and there's no fuel. So nothing will leak out. Just going to take some compressed air and blow it. Just to make sure that all the dust and debris is out of the gas tank, Under compressed air, everything in there is going to blow out the only opening, which is that. That ought to be good. figure out what that rattling is. Maybe it's on the bottom. Anyway, so the throttle needs to be adjusted. Actually, that's pretty good. The spring needs to be adjusted. It needs to be a little bit tighter. I'm going to flip it up and figure out what that noise is. So I tighten the spring. I basically cut just one part of that coil off. It again. I sprayed some WD-40 around that coil area, the recoil starter. It still makes that rattling noise. I don't know where it's coming from. It's not from the bottom either. But it runs pretty good. You know, I'll probably sell for like $125, something like that, you know. I don't know what that damn noise is from. I've never heard it before. You guys know what that noise is? Anyway, write in the comments if you guys know what that noise is. It's just like a metal, small little metal thin bracket vibrating. That's what it sounds like, you know? That's gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, so that's it, man. That's a carb replacement. Not clean, because it was too dirty to clean, right? So there's a Craftsman Eager 1. 4 horsepower, 20-inch wide cut, and we replaced the carburetor with a Pete Lombardi carburetor. Thanks, Pete Lombardi, and thanks, George, for the mower. So this was the second mower that George gave me, and they both needed carburetor issues. They both needed carburetor attention, and so that one's good to go now. I'm going to power wash all three of these. I'm going to use the power washer that I also got for free to power wash the 3 free mowers. Lawn Boy, Craftsman, and Craftsman. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. I got this mower from George. Thanks a lot, George, for the mowers. Really appreciate it. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Hope my videos help you guys out fix something.